That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo. My name's Rashad, and welcome to the show. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just doing the thing. I got to keep it going off the talk, as you know why I ran. What the heck is going on? My name's Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the Rose Podcast. So, without further ado, you read the title. You know what's going on. I already wasted 40 seconds of your time. I'm on a timer now. They get on you in the comments if you don't talk about it in the first 10 minutes. But if I talk about it in the first 8 minutes, BET.com, man. BET Awards 2025. The promotion for BET Awards this year has got me hyped for it. I'm not going to lie. I already bought my plane ticket, everything like that a couple weeks ago with no confirmations or anything like that. But based off of these nominations, I might be able to find my way on the carpet again and everything like that. So we'll see what happens with the company. Fingers crossed. If I don't get approved or anything, I did insure the ticket, so I might just stay at the crib for the first time in 4 years. But I ain't gonna lie, it's like BET is like it's like I don't even know how you say it, but once you go once, you want to go every year. It's almost like Essence Festival. Like you go to Essence once, you want to go every year. I want to go to BET every year now. Like I've gone 3 years in a row. Like it feels like a second home. It feels like an annual thing. So now I'm kind of just used to it. I want to go again. Anyways, regardless, that being said, here are the nominees for the 2025 awards. This show is on June 9th. That is a Monday, hosted by Kevin Hart. It's on a Monday because CBS is broadcasting something on a Sunday night. And as you guys know, if you don't know, BET Awards always broadcast on CBS, VH1, MTV, all that stuff. So yes, that is why it has been moved. You typically on a Sunday in late June, the week before Essence Fest, it's the first second Monday of June now. So with that being said, let's get into the nominees. Kendrick leads the nominee pack with 10. And so let's read these things. Today, BET announces I want to make a prediction that Donald Glover won't receive one nomination after he went on a rant last year at the BET Awards because after he did that, as they were playing his trailer off screen, a staff member came out there, a crew member came out there and started yelling at him, and he was just like nodding his head. And then they came back to him and he said, "And the winner is Killer Mike." It was hilarious. But anyways, that is my prediction for this year. Even though would Mr. and Mrs. Smith count as this year's nominations? Maybe. And then also what would also count his joint with Kate Renata, if you're doing like a alternative song type of thing, Witchy, which was nominated for a Grammy. If you're doing just alternative kind of albums altogether, Bando Stone was nominated in the electric category for Grammys. I don't think that'll be nominated here. And so there is that. Okay. Today, BET announces the BET Awards 2025 nominees, with Kendrick Lamar leading nominations with 10, Doechii, Drake, and Future and Glorilla tying 6 nominations, Metro Boomin on with 5. Okay, let's just read it, bro. Let's just read it. Wait, hold on. They don't have a list? BET. Nah, BET, what we doing? Nah, BET. I need to see the hold on, man. Can I see a ballot? BET, what we doing, man? BET nominations. Is there a list? Can I get a list, bro? Okay. All right. Is this it? Clicked for the full list, full article. Okay. It's probably in the email that they sent out, but I didn't get the email. I no longer get the emails, y'all. All right. Album of the year. Some Sexy Songs for You with Drake and Party Next Door. 1111 Deluxe from Chris Brown. Alligator Bites Never Heal from Doechii. Cowboy Carter from Beyonce. Glorious from Glorilla. GNX from Kendrick Lamar. Hurry Up Tomorrow, The Weeknd, and We Don't Trust You from Future and Metro Boomin. I think GNX should get it, to be honest. GNX should probably get it. Glorious was really good. We Don't Trust You was a moment for sure. Weekend even had some joints on his album, and I don't even listen to Weekend. So I feel like if it's an artist I don't listen to, and like 2 or 3 of the songs on the project make it through to me, I think that's a pretty good project, to be honest. Dolce obviously won the Grammy for best rap album. Hold on, let me tell someone. I'm on stream right now. Okay. Dolce, Alligator Bites Never Heal, obviously won the Grammy for best rap album, so that'll be interesting to see if she gets it. 1111 Deluxe, Chris Brown. I don't know. I don't know if there was any. I guess Chris Brown fans will correct me if I'm wrong. Any big hits or anything like that on that Deluxe. And then the Drake and Party Next Door, obviously, Give Me a Hug. I think Party had a song that the girls like. The Drake Superman, Spider-Man, and Nokia. So it did have about 3-4 kind of like big songs on there. But yeah, I think GNX gets it. Kendrick is currently doing a stadium tour, bro, where he's touring those songs, and the whole stadium is singing like all the words, like more than half of the album, like TV Off and Whacked Out Murals and what's another song they sing? This Luther and Hey Now, and what's another joint on there that they like sing all the words? I'm trying to think. Squabble Up. Those are 5 songs that like the entire stadium sings. So I think based off of that, I think Kendrick gets it. Best female R&B and pop artist: Ari Lennox, Ira Starr, Coco Jones, Kalani, Moni Long, Summer Walker, SZA, and Victoria Monet. SZA dropped an album last year. Victoria Monet, I believe I know she dropped some music last year. Summer Walker, did she drop an album last year? I honestly can't keep up with Summer because I remember she did the whole she dropped like 2 joints a couple years ago. Ira Starr is pretty big in the Afro beats world. Coco Jones just released her debut album, and she had another hit last year. She had ICU, and then she had the flip. I don't even have the screen shared. I'm so sorry. And then she had the girl, I love you. She had that flip as well as like her latest hit. So she has 2 hits. Kalani dropped the album, I feel like last year. I went to her tour. I left early, regretted it because she brought back out Anicia and Caribou came out. I was like, dang. Ari Lennox, I don't know what she did other than leave Dreamville in the past year. Oh, she did the song with Foggy Raw, and Foggy Raw is nominated. Congratulations to Mr. Fogtavious. Dang, where should I go with this? It's like a lot of people that I do not. I don't know. Do you go SZA? But I feel like at what point is it like I'm just glazing Kendrick? I'm gonna say this isn't the best category for me. I'm not the most educated in this category. I will preface that before I just give an answer. But with what I've seen the past year, I guess SZA has been the biggest artist out of this bunch from the past year. I will say that. So if I'm wrong, R&B heads, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, you wrong. You don't know nothing about that." Now let's go to best male R&B / pop artist. Okay, this is a bit different. This mixture of people. They got Teddy Swims here. That's different. Okay, Bruno Mars. What song? Oh, the song with Sexy Red. No, Chris Brown. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. I don't know one Chris Brown song from 2024. Like there was like a hit, like the Chris Brown hits. I think Sensational was the last Chris Brown joint that I knew. That was all over the radio and stuff. That's Sensational. Like that's the last Chris Brown joint I've heard. Drake is a very good. He has a very good chance, in my opinion, of winning this category. Oh, Leon Thomas though. Friday had the joint with Meek Mill, and he had the joint with Will Smith. So those are two strong records right there. Leon Thomas might just win this joint. Cause Usher, good, but we still good. That was 2 years ago, right? So if that was 2 years ago, I don't think he's gonna get it for this year. Cause that was his last hit, was 2 years ago. Weekend has a good chance. Teddy Swims has had a year. It'll be difficult for me seeing him winning a BET award, but yeah. Leon Thomas, bro. Leon Thomas might win it off of the fact that he probably had the biggest R&B record out of every black male this year. Like Mutt was probably the biggest. It was kind of like last year, right? With Coco Jones had like the biggest record for the girls. And then in the year before that, Victoria Monet on My Mama was like the biggest record. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you kind of go to the biggest record. Best group 41. I like pills and Percos. Hey. Yes. I like Kyle Rich, bro. Like Kyle Rich's voice, bro, is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I mean? But it's a cool voice. He got a cool voice. I like their bop. I like their vibe and stuff like that. 41. The other guy with Kyle Rich as well. Common and Pete Rock. Now they released the album and it was pure hip hop. It was pure hip hop and it the vibes. You want with bass and you still alive. Hold on, my brother. Hold on, my sister. I might go here to keep it on. Like that was Common's whole thing. So on the whole album, it was real hip hop to the core. So I won't be mad at that. Drake and Party. There I was Superman, Spider-Man. Oh, Flo. No, you know who needs to be up here? Caribou and Anicia. I ain't never met her. All right. Flow, they still trying. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting bigger and more popular and stuff like that. I respect Flow. Y'all know I'm a Flow person on this channel. However, it's like cardboard box, bro. The standard was set so high. And then they came back with the joint with Missy Elliott. Get your hand down, get your hands in, and everything, and then and they keep dropping. I think they had a song with Glorilla, if I'm mistaken on that. But yeah, they've been dropping pretty consistently. They've been present. Their online social media presence is there. It's not like what happened to Flow. You know, they are still dropping, still active. It's just I don't know if anything is stuck with me as much as get your hand up, get your hand up, and your hand up. Future and Metro Boomin, they put up a good fight. Jacquees and Dej Loaf held it down. I know a lot of people that rock with their collab project. Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist, another group of people who really like that project. Maverick City Music, always pretty consistent here. I think you can count on them probably being in this category for as long as they go. Best group. I'll probably have to go with maybe Future and Metro Boomin, just based off of hits. Yeah, I'm gonna go Future Metro Boomin because of hits. Now, if you're talking about like, I don't know, man, this is difficult. There's a couple of good people in this group, but I think because of hits, you give it Future and Metro Boomin. It's kind of like earlier with where I was talking about best album, you give it to Kendrick because he has the most popular songs off of any of those albums right now. Best collaboration, 30 for 30, Alter Ego, Are You Even For Real, Teddy Swims and Giveon, Beckham, D Bills featuring Kyle Rich, Kai Swervo, KJ Swervo, Bless, Lil Wayne, Wheezy, and Young Thug. Like That, feature Metro Boomin and Kendrick, Luther, Kendrick and SZA, Sticky. Ooh, it's getting sticky. T, Glorilla, Sexy, and Wayne, or Timeless is no. That's I'd rather lie on thing. But Timeless is the joint he performed at the Grammys with Playboi Carti. Okay, off top, Dolce, I think, is out respectfully. Teddy Swims is out respectfully. Beckham, the song D Bills is out respectfully. Bless, respectfully out. Okay, so I think it's down to Luther, Sticky, Timeless, 30 for 30. And yeah, that's it. So 30 for 30, like that, Luther, Sticky, and Timeless. Weekend usually doesn't get a lot of these awards for some reason. I think as big as he is, he kind of needs to fit in somewhere and get something. But Sticky was huge. Even bigger than that was Luther. Luther's still like the number one record. To be honest, to be 100% honest, if we're talking about impact, you got to go Like That and Stick in Luther. I think it's between Like That and Luther. And because Like That started the whole thing and people still play it and love it. And then Luther is the number one record and has been since the Super Bowl. And it's currently May. So it's been like number one for the past 3 months. I think, shoot, might have to give it to Kendrick again, Luther, bro. So far, I got Kendrick taking home GNX. I got him taking home Luther. Okay, so that's 2 for Kendrick so far. All right, bet next. Best female hip hop artist. This is usually like the biggest, like it's become like the most talked about category now. And it used to didn't even be a discussion. It was just like Nicki for like a whole decade. But it's Cardi B, Dolce. What did Cardi B even drop? Like, respectfully to Cardi B, like Cardi B, great person, everything like that, great businesswoman. She's got her whip shots coming out. Make sure you support everything. And I love her personality. She always stays positive. A lot of people attack her, and she just smiles through it all. And she's going through a lot personally with kind of switching, new relationship, everything. But what did she drop? Just speaking from music, I don't know anything that Cardi B has dropped since the song with Kanye West. That was like, what, 2-3 years ago? Dolce, obviously a finalist. Doja Cat. Did Doja Cat drop the I saw no way, I that deluxe? Did she drop that last year? Or was that 2 years ago? Because if she dropped that deluxe was nothing but rapping. And I think it's the best rapping that Doja Cat has done in a long time, like consistently. Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking it up, guys. Investigative journalism. Scarlet 2. Scarlet 2 is the project. When was this? It was a year ago, 2024. Would that count for like what they consider for? I don't think they would consider that for a BET award like this year. So, shoo, or what they would consider last year. So I think for that, bro, you have to make Doja Cat a finalist. Dang, Samara Sin isn't in here. Glorilla had a year. And Glorilla can't just keep losing every category. She has to win something because she ran the year. Like TGIF, everything outside of like the beef, Glorilla literally ran 2024, bro. Like TGIF, the Give Me Head, like that song, yeah, Glow, 7 p.m. Friday. That's Friday, TGIF. But she had a couple more that I forget right now, but she ran 2024 and she was on Sticky. She ran 2024. So she has to be a finalist. Dolce, Doja Cat, Glorilla, Lotto. Bro, Lotto. Did Lotto drop It's Gonna Be a Georgia Girl? She dropped that album last year in 2024. But when was it? Like that's the thing. Like, what do you consider? What would be considered last year's award versus what is this year's award? Let me see. Lotto. Ain't nothing like a Georgia girl. Ain't nothing like. Broke you was okay. Blick song. 8 months. This was August, so this was after the BET Awards. If there was a best female rap album, I think Lotto would have to win, right? Like Lotto would have to win because I think she had a better album than Glorious. Respect to Glorilla, Lotto had a better album. So I think that has to count for something. Meg Thee Stallion had a great year. She did an arena tour. Charlemagne said she couldn't do an arena tour, and she did it. Nikki, Pink Friday 2. That was older than a year, right? Pink Friday 2 was older than a year ago. So Nikki is not in the conversation for this year's. Rhapsody dropped the album last year. It's a very solid album. I like the album. I didn't revisit it as much as some of the other aforementioned albums. Sexy Red started to tail off a little bit. She was hot and could not lose for a whole year. And then she finally started to kind of cool off there at the end of the year going into 2025, but she's still sexy. Don't get it twisted. She had too many hits before the cool off, so she's still sexy. Anyways, I think it comes down between Doja Cat, Glorilla, Lotto, and Meg. So that's how many people. Meg, Lotto, Glorilla, Doja Cat, Doechii. Okay. I think they'll probably Dang, this is really good, bro. I don't know if they'll give it to Lotto over Glorilla. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if they give it to Meg over Lotto or over Doechii and Glorilla. So now it's Doja Cat, Doechii, and Glorilla. I think this is where we go politics now. I don't think they really BET. I don't know when Doja Cat's gonna get a BET award, to be honest, because you got to get past the whole politics of it. Like, excuse me, if they want to go to, oh, she don't claim us, this and that, and be petty and kind of ignore her, then they will. So that's 2. So it's between Doechii and Glorilla. Glorilla really ran. Shoot, I ain't gonna lie to you. I will honestly give it to Glorilla. And Doechii is amazing, sensational artist. When you talk about the music videos, when you talk about her performances, the choreography, the creativity, her bars, the skits in the bars, her different flows, her different voices, she's sensational. Glorilla had anthems, bro, for the whole year consistently, 4 or 5 anthems. So I'll give it to Glorilla, bro, to be honest. Best male hip hop artist, Big X, a plug. That's one of the biggest, the largest. Boss Man D-Lo. Boss Man D-Lo had a year. I interviewed Boss Man D-Lo at the BET Awards last year. I said, boy, you having a moment. He said, just working hard, you know? No, he didn't say the last part. But Boss Man D-Lo had a year. I wonder if Boss Man D-Lo is nominated for best hip hop male artist, is like best rap song. Is Lil Tyler gonna be featured in there? Cause that little I miss it too ski like that joint, man. Hey, Florida did the Florida snap with that one. I miss it too ski. All right, Boss Man D-Lo, Burna Boy, da 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 da. Shout out to Burna Boy. Sitting on top of the world. Drake. Shout out Drake. I miss you. Give me a hug. Future. Future. What was the Future song from last year? What is on the woo type? Yeah, on the woo, and of course like that. Kendrick is kind of head and shoulders above all these guys, to be honest. Oh, not head and shoulders. Tyler's right there, bro. Because I think Tyler did Hey Now better than Kendrick did. Oh my gosh, I'm really that guy. Respect to Key Glock, respect to Lil Wayne. I do not know why those 2 are even nominated this year. Respect to them though. Respect to those fellas. Video of the year, 3 a.m. in Tokyo from Key Glock. A Bar Song, Tipsy, Shabuzi, After Hours, Kalani, Denials, A River, Dochi, Family Matters, Drake, Not Like Us, Kendrick. Oh, they are messy. Timeless, The Weeknd, Playboy Cardi, Type Ish, Future, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott, Playboy Cardi. The Type Ish video, they not doing nothing but dancing and standing in front of cars in alleys and all wearing black. I had to go Denials, A River, or one of the diss songs, bro. Family Matters was a really good music video to put together in the span of like 2-3 days. And Not Like Us was a good music video, just like based off of the entire energy of what was going on and the subliminal shots that he was sending to Drake in the music video. So it could be either one of those three if I had to vote, because you can only vote for one. I'm sorry, Dochi. This was the year of the beef. So it's between Family Matters and Not Like Us. I ain't gonna lie. I think based off of Drake putting it together in 3 days, I'll give it to Drake. Because Not Like Us, Dave Free, and Kendrick, they had like 3 months to put it, you know what I'm saying? To think of like treatment and everything like that. So I give it to Family Matters, Drake. Video Director of the Year, Anderson Paak, B Pace Productions, and Jacquees, Benny Boom, Cactus Jack, Cole Bennett, Dave Free, and Kendrick Lamar, Dave Myers, Foggy Raw, and Tyler the Creator. Once again, shout out to Foggy Raw, man, Miss Octavius. His cinematography is crazy, bro. Like his little teasers on social media always pulls you in to like want to watch the video and listen to the song, obviously. Dang, man, what the heck? Tyler always be dropping some heat too. The thing is, Tyler ain't dropped the actual full length music video, so that's the thing. So I'm gonna take out Tyler for that. Dave Free for sure. Cole Bennett is always up there. But like what were crazy, like Lemonade, you know what I'm saying? Videos from this past year. I know the joint with I Know What It Take from Fly J was crazy with Powerade and stuff like that. That one was pretty crazy, but I don't know if there are any like iconic Lemon, you know what I'm saying? Lemon videos this year. I know they had the freestyles that went viral and stuff like that, but not music videos. So you might have to go shoot. And then the other like the guys like Dave Myers, Benny Boom, B Pace, those are guys just honestly, I'm just not familiar with like directors' names and stuff like that because I'm not just that into music videos and everything like that and cinematography and film. With the people I know, I'll say it's between Foggy and Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. How many videos they did? They did Squabble Up and they did Not Like Us. So I'll probably give it to I want to give it to Foggy, but then you got to, like I said, you got to think about impact, bro. You got to think about impact. So I want to give it to Foggy because I feel like Foggy's had the most just creative stuff. Him and Tyler. Tyler's attention to detail has to count for something. Speaking of, Chromacopia wasn't even nominated for Album of the Year. Which is crazy. There's a couple albums not up there for Album of the Year. Foggy. I'll vote for Foggy. If I had a vote, I'll just vote for Foggy, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Best New Artist, but I think Dave Free and them probably win. So another one for Kendrick. He was nominated for 10. I think Kendrick might win like 7, bro. Best New Artist 41. Ira Star, Big X the Plug, Bossman D-Lo, D Blitz, D Bills, Leon Thomas, October London, who's fire. He's like who he sound like? He sound like I was about to sing Marvin Gaye, but he sounds like, you know, a 50 singer. Shabuzi, Teddy Swims. If I had to knock his down, or I'll narrow this down, I say Shabuzi, Leon Thomas, Bossman D-Lo, Big X the Plug, and 41. Oh, I'll say Ira Star too to give 5. If I had to vote, I would say, who would I say? Big X the Plug? It could go Bossman D-Lo. I go Bossman D-Lo, to be honest. Just to be honest, bro. Bossman D-Lo. Gospel Award, A God There Is. Respectfully, I do not want Common, Pete Rock, and Jennifer Hudson to win that. And you say, why? Because they aren't gospel artists. Like, I don't like when non-gospel artists make a gospel like record and then they throw it up for an award automatically because it's a non-gospel artist. It's like when Kanye made Donda, and like Donda was the #1 charting gospel album for like 3 years straight. You know, it's just stuff like that, bro. It's like gospel people out here dedicating their entire careers and their sound to gospel, and then you just, you know what I'm saying? I say Look at God, Corinne Hawthorne, but that ain't even nominated here. So we got Pastor Mike Jr., shout out my dog, Friday, Church Doors from Yolanda Adams, Covenant from Maverick City Music. They'll probably win. Deserve to Win, Tamla Man. I did an interview on that. Faith from Rhapsody, another non-gospel artist. I would say Amen from Pastor Mike Jr., bro. But I think Maverick City's going to win. Viewer Choice Award, Residuals, Chris Brown, Denials of River, Dolce, Nokia, Drake. Like that. TGIF. Ooh, Not Like Us, Luther, Brokey. Not Like Us might win, bro, because it's just the most popular song of the year. Best International Act, Annie Gabrieli. I'm sorry, from Brazil. Irish Star. Basque. Black Sheriff. Ezra Collective. Joey Duet. File. MC Luena. Rima. Oh, Rima. SDM. Tyler. And Uncle Waffles. Oh, Uncle Waffles. Uncle Waffles is freaking huge. Tyler is big. Ira Star is big. Rema is big as well. So it's like those 5 are like the biggest in America. If you had to give one to Ira Star because she's nominated for a lot, I say give her this one. Best International Act. Best New International Act. Okay, now these are names I do not know. Abigail Shams, Ajulu Costa, Amabi, Dala Tuskin, Dr. Yarrow, KWN, Majalera Doughboy, Marvel, Orlel, Shalapupi, TXC. Okay. No clue on any of these. Grab a hat, pick a name. BET Her, Beautiful People from Mary J. Blige. Blackbird, Beyonce featuring Tanner Adele. Brittany Spencer, Tierra Kennedy, Raina Roberts, Bloom from Dochi, Brandon from Tim's, Defying Gravity, Cynthia Evro featuring Ariana Grande, Heart of a Woman, Summer Walker, Hold On, Tim's, In My Bag, Flo, and Glorilla. I'll go Defying Gravity, just because I've heard like the most about Cynthia and Ariana in 2024. Best movie, Bad Boys, Beverly Hills Cop, Luther, Never Too Much, Mufasa, The Lion King, One of Them Days, Rebel Ridge, The Piano Lesson, The 688. I'll probably go, 688. Oh, One of Them Days. And then I guess Bad Boys, right? So those 3. So I'll say the 688. But not, mind you, a couple of these I know I've heard big things. Like I don't know if The Piano Lesson is the one I'm thinking about that people say big, like, you know what I'm saying, they give it big praise and stuff. Nah, it wasn't The Piano Lesson. But yeah, I say I really like the boxer, Clarissa Shields. What's that one called? Clarissa Shields movie. I think that should be nominated. That's a good movie, bro. In my opinion. The Fire Inside. That was a good movie, dog. That should be nominated. Best Actor, Aaron Pierre. That's Mufasa. They put him as Aaron Pierce. Unless this is a real Aaron Pierce guy. Did they mean Aaron Pierce or did they mean Aaron Pierre? That's Mufasa. They didn't know Aaron Pierce, dude. They meant Aaron Pierre. That's crazy. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. Aldous Hodge, Anthony Mackie, Coleman Domingo. Oh, he acted his behind off. Denzel Washington always does what he does. Jamie Foxx, Joseph Bodeman. Shout out to Joey Bodeman, man, being nominated. Kevin Hart, he's hosting. Sterling K. Brown and Will Smith. What did Will Smith act in this year? I honestly do not know. I just knew he was like rapping this year. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't watched the actual Lion King. To tell you Aaron Pierre, I just know the Aaron Pierre Mufasa. That might be the song of the year, bro. Are you playing? At least the chant of the year. Coleman Domingos did a good job last year. So Denzel always does. I guess between Coleman and Denzel and Sterling K. Brown, I heard a lot of good things about his performances. If I had to just toss a hat in and just throw out a name, I'll say Coleman Domingo. I do not have a reason. They don't have my girl nominated this year. Ira Debris. Best actress, Andra Day. Angela Bassett did the thing. Coco Jones, Cynthia Erivo, Kiki. You better do it, Coco. Nominated and music and acting. Cynthia Erivo, Kiki Palmer. Yes, baby, it's Kiki Palmer. Kerry Washington. She did the thing last year, like the My Father Getting Out of Jail series. Quinta Brunson, Viola Davis, and Zendaya. What did Zendaya do last year? Like what movie, what TV show? Because Euphoria didn't come out last year. There was no Euphoria. So like what did she do last year? Oh, did she do the tennis movie last year? She did Challengers. Okay. And Doom Part 2. Okay. Boy, she stayed booked, don't it? You can go. I don't know what Viola did. I honestly don't know what Quinta did outside of Abbott, which should be celebrated. Once again, this is one of those topics where I'm not the best person to answer. So I would just say, what did Kiki Palmer do last year first? But before I make my decision, Cynthia was all over the place. I know that people talked about Cynthia all the time, dog. I'm going to Kiki. See what she. Oh, one of them days. It might be between Kiki, Zendaya, and Cynthia. Oh, and Carrie, 688. So them four. I'll say, shout out Quinta just for the shout out. 5. I say between Cynthia and Kiki, I guess Cynthia. Young Stars Award. Akira Akbar, Blue Ivy. Gracie's Corner. Ooh, Harris. Ooh, Melody Hurd. Don't know who that is. Daddy's Mixing. Do not know who that is. Van Van. Ooh, my name is Van Van, and I like to play playing outside every day. Yo, Tyree Johnson, bro. Does Gracie Corner have a BET award? Because if Gracie Corner don't have a BET award, she needs one for all the years she was robbed. Let me see. Gracie's Corner BET award. Does she have one? Shout out to Amber Pickens. But does she have one? But did she win one yet? One of YouTube? No. Like they need to win, bro. Win. She won 2 double NAACP. She's been nominated BET. Did she win though? If she didn't win, if she hasn't won, she needs to win now. She needs to win now, bro. Gracie's Corner has to win. And Blue Ivy, I salute everything that Blue Ivy's done with like her dancing on a tour and getting the choreography down. And now, you know, kind of directing her sister and her mom and everything like that. Like Blue Ivy is a star. Thank you so much, Blue Ivy, for all you're doing, for going against what the, you know, people said, and you know what I'm saying, coming up with your own thing. Salute. At the same time, bro, Gracie's Corner needs a BET award because she's getting older now. Like she's got braces, you know what I'm saying? She's growing up. They grow up so fast. Let me see how old she is. Gracie's Corner. Is she 14 or something like that? Gracie's Corner age. But yeah, but before she grows up, bro, she needs to win one. She's 11 now. She needs to win one, bro. She needs to win one before she's like 12, 13, all that. Because like, I don't know, man. The impact she has on the youth is crazy. She done replaced Dora the Explorer. Sportswoman of the Year, Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Clarissa Shields, Coco Gauff, Don Staley, Flajay Johnson, Juju Watkins, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Simone Biles. Okay. Shout out Flajay. Juju Watkins is with a capital J, which I learned after she had an unfortunate injury. Angel Reese had a great year. Asia Wilson had a great year. Clarissa Shields released a movie. Don Staley had a great year. To be honest, bro, this year I would give it to Clarissa Shields, bro. I'll give it to Ressa. Because she released a movie, dude. So I give it to Clarissa. Yeah, I give it to Clarissa. Sportsman of the Year, Aaron Judge, Anthony Edwards, Deion Sanders, Jalen Hurts, Jason Tatum, LeBron James, Saquon Barkley, and Steph Curry. As crazy as this is going to sound, I give it to Saquon, bro. I give it to Saquon this year. All right, so those are my picks, man, for the BET Awards, bro. We got through it 40 minutes. No nominations for Donald Glover, like I told you. No nominations for Kaytranada. Hold on. No nominations for Kaytranada. No nominations for Chromacopia. Just a couple, like, that's crazy. Noticing. I think they need more categories at BET. But the thing is, like, more categories is probably like more money. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody sponsor the trophy and the award and stuff. Presented by this person, presented by that person. So, but they need more categories at the BET Awards. That's why people don't be having that many. They be having like 4 or 5. It's a lot for real. All right. Next thing. And new music just came out, so I'm about to be checking out some new music once I get off stream, editing everything. Trump abruptly fires the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden. Trump has abruptly fired Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, as the White House continues to purge of the federal government of those perceived to oppose the president. Oh, interesting. President Donald Trump abruptly fired the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, on Thursday as the White House continues to purge the federal government of those perceived to oppose. Perceived. It's not even confirmed. It's just those perceived. It's like, you look like you don't support me. If you don't really support me, if you don't like me, get out of here. Perceived to oppose the president and its agenda. The dismissal was disclosed in statements from 3 top House Democrats and confirmed by a separate person familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity before it became public. Connecticut Representative Rosa DeLario, the top Democrat on the House Appropriations Committee, said Hayden was callously fired by Trump and demanded an explanation from the administration as to why. Dr. Hayden's tenure has been marked by a steadfast commitment to accessibility, modernization, and democratization of knowledge. Democratization of knowledge. There we go. Delario said in a statement, her dismissal is not just an affront to her historic service, but a direct attack on the independence of one of our most revered institutions. Yeah. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, dude. Let me see if I can see anything else about Carla Hayden. This is pretty crazy. Did she say, like, Has she said anything? Has she like tweeted out against Trump a lot? It was an honor to participate in the media summit hosted. All right, pretty down the middle, just saying what she's doing. Pretty down the middle, just saying what she's doing. Earth Day, happy Earth Day, very non-problematic. Shout out to the Pope. Rest in peace to Pope Francis. Shout out to the new Pope from Chicago. Happy Easter. Pretty unproblematic. Just regular history stuff. Young boy picking out this. She ain't even doing, you know what I'm saying? It ain't even nothing looks too crazy, bro, to me. Happy Library Workers Day. Happy Library Week. Let me see.
Vehicle for opening up the world for me. They've changed my life in many ways, all through my life, because they've allowed me the opportunity to learn about other places and people, but also to learn about myself. Libraries are the great equalizer. And when you have a free public library in particular, you are providing an opportunity center for people of all walks of life. And you are giving them the opportunity to make choices on which information, entertainment, and inspiration means the most to them. And
I guess we just look at this, the context of this, of what has happened in the past couple of months, the first couple of months of this current administration. All right. So DEI has been discouraged and taken away from a lot of major corporations. And the museum, the African American Museum, they're trying to remove all kind of mentions and teachings of slavery. And in the classrooms, they are trying to get rid of the lessons of critical race theory, and they're trying to take that out of the curriculum, the woke curriculum per se. And now we have the head of libraries here, as you see her face, being abruptly fired. I just went on her social media. She doesn't tweet anything that's crazy. If anything, it's all down the middle, just saying what she does in her job and why libraries are important to her. But she has been fired, with people coming with the conclusion that Trump has been firing a lot of people within the federal government who just are perceived to oppose his opinions and his monarchy, or however you want to say it, in Washington, D.C. This was written by Sung Min Kim and Zeke Miller. So shout out to those two reporters from the Associated Press. Presented with no comment, man. Just like what I said, that's kind of what has happened the first couple months of this current Trump administration. So just something to keep an eye out on, just the latest thing of what's going on. Let me see if I can find anything else on this lady before we before we finish. All right, this is from USA Today. Via email, Trump fires head of the world's largest library, the Library of Congress. President Trump fired the Librarian of Congress, Carla Hayden, via email, a move that immediately drew sharp condemnation from our supporters. President Trump's ignorant action will impact America's libraries, our copyrighted economic interests, and service to the American people by threatening support for Congress. Representative Joe Morale, a New York Democrat, posted on social media shortly after Hayden's firing became public late May 8th. His decisions are a complete disgrace. Added Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey, a Democrat. Donald Trump just fired my friend, Dr. Carla Hayden, the Librarian of Congress, via email. This is disgraceful. The Library of Congress represents some of the best that America has to offer, equal access of learning for all. Hayden, so it's a common theme here. It's a common theme here. I'll go back to the last thing. We'll go back to the last quote, right? The last sentence of this, last couple sentences. This is disgraceful. The Library of Congress represents some of the best America has to offer, equal access to learning for all. First couple months of this administration, what is Trump and administration have trying to do? They're trying to take out the woke curriculum. Rashad, he never said that. You're making that up. Okay, let's see for ourselves. Let's see what for ourselves. In radical indoctrination in K through 12 schooling. There it is right there. January 29, 2025. Once again, March 20th, 2025. Donald J. Trump signed an executive order to officially begin the process of closing the Department of Education. April 2029, November 2024. He wants to end wokeness in education. He has a vision for education that revolves around a single goal: get rid of America's perceived wokeness, quote unquote. Trump wants to end wokeness in education. He's vowed to use federal money as leverage. So he wants to get wokeness out of learning. He wants to end equal access to learning for all. He wants to take out any mentions of slavery out of the museums. This is what is going on right now with this current administration. Hayden was nominated to her position by then President Barack Obama in 2016 and confirmed by the Senate a year later. She was the first woman and first Black American to lead the nation's official library, which, as the world's largest library, records and preserves millions of books, films, photos, and manuscripts. It is also the home to the U.S. Copyright Office. Hayden appeared before a congressional committee earlier in the week, facing questions from the Library Modernization Project, whose cost has ballooned while completion deadlines have been repeatedly delayed. Hayden is a professional librarian who first met Obama when she worked at the Chicago Public Library. She has been leading the Of the People initiative to bring more works from Black, Indigenous, Hispanic, or Latino, Asian American, and Pacific Islander and other communities of color into the library's collection. Trump has repeatedly targeted programs and people who he considers improperly advanced in diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. The White House did not immediately offer a statement or comment on Hayden's firing. Critics of Trump's decision lambasted both the firing and the way that it was carried out via an email to Hayden at 6:56 p.m. Eastern Time. Our President Trump wants to ban books and tell Americans what to read or not to read at all. Dr. Hayden was devoted her career to making reading and the pursuit of knowledge available to everyone. New Mexico Senator Martin Heinrich, a Democrat, said in a statement. So there it is. The only thing, I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad that, shout out to who wrote this? I gotta shout him out because I'm glad that he included this. I felt like it was a fair story. Trevor Hughes, he did mention that earlier this week, she met before the congressional committee this week, and they were asking about this library modernization project and why is it taking so long and why do the costs keep going up for it. I'm glad he mentioned that because that might just be the reason that why she got rid of it. But everybody else is like, we ain't get a reason. We don't know what's going on. But I do know it lines up with everything else he's been doing. In terms of ending DEI, ending diversity, and ending woke, quote unquote, curriculum, which is pretty much just letting Black people or Americans, period, learn about the real history of what happened to Black Americans leading up to this point of 2025. So there's that. Regardless, like I said, I mentioned in the other video about whether Black people are the original Native Americans and they were already here and they weren't even part of the slave trade. They were just here as Black people already because we all come from Africa. You know how Pangea works, broke us all up, things of that sort. But yeah, I think this is what Trump is trying to do, or at least his actions say that. This is not me just making up something. This is what his actions have said over the past few months, dating back to November of last year. So with that being said, W stream. As always, I'm Rashad Milligan, man. Take care of yourselves. I see you all tomorrow. And if no one told you today, I care for you.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.